The night it happened, the world was already a war zone. Humanity had been fighting the Karthyns, towering, crystalline-skinned aliens, for nearly 5 years. Their ships hovered over major cities like silent gods, and their weapons could turn tanks into molten slag. I was a field medic stationed in the ruins of Chicago, patching up soldiers who barely had time to scream before dying again. But the night of the bite, I wasn't tending to soldiers. I was running for my life. The air burned with plasma fire as I ducked behind a collapsed overpass. My earpiece hissed static, the comms were dead. Around me, the streets glowed with sickly blue light from the Karthyn drones scanning for survivors. I could hear their language, sharp, insectoid clicks, bouncing off the cracked concrete. I pressed my hand to my bleeding arm. Something had grazed me earlier, a burn from a plasma burst, but that wasn't what scared me. What scared me was the body that fell beside me. It was a Karthyn scout, smaller than the others, maybe 7 feet tall instead of 9. Its skin shimmered like fractured glass, reflecting the city's dying lights. It was still alive, gasping, leaking a translucent, honey-like fluid. I knew I should have killed it. That's what any soldier would have done. But I was a medic, not a killer. "Don't move," I whispered, though I knew it couldn't understand me. It reached out a trembling hand, its fingers like jointed blades, and grabbed my arm. I winced, expecting it to slice me open. Instead, it pulled me closer, whispering something soft, almost mournful. And then it bit me. Its jagged teeth sank into my wrist. I screamed, shoving it away, but it didn't fight back. It just stared at me with glowing amber eyes before its body shattered into shards of light and vanished, like it had never been there. I stumbled back, clutching my wrist. The bite burned hotter than fire, spreading up my arm into my veins. I collapsed, shaking violently as my vision blurred and the world folded into darkness. When I woke up, I wasn't human anymore. At least not entirely. The wound had healed overnight. No scar, no bruise, nothing. But when I touched the skin around the bite, it glowed faintly, the same golden hue as the alien's eyes. My hearing sharpened. I could hear the hum of generators miles away. The world looked different. Sharper, brighter, every color more alive, every shadow more dangerous. And then came the voices. They weren't human. They whispered at the edge of my thoughts, speaking in the same clicks and tones I'd heard from the Karthyn. But I understood them. I didn't know how, but I could hear what they meant. They spoke of infection, of contamination, of something the scout had done that violated their code. They were afraid. And I was the reason why. I tried to hide it at first. I went back to camp, pretending everything was fine. But the others noticed. My reflexes were too fast. My eyes glowed in the dark. Machines I touched sparked and hummed like they recognized me. Within days, Command pulled me in for testing. They didn't get far. The scanners went haywire the moment they touched me. One of the techs fainted. The room filled with light, my light, and then all their equipment melted. I didn't mean for it to happen. But something inside me had changed, something alien, something alive. That night, the Karthyn attacked again. Their ships descended without warning, aiming directly for our camp. Everyone panicked. We were outnumbered, outgunned, surrounded. I remember grabbing a rifle, though I didn't need it, and stepping outside as the sky burned. And then I felt it. A pulse, deep in my chest, like another heartbeat. The air around me shimmered. The Karthyn halted mid-advance. They looked at me and knelt. Their leader, a towering figure encased in crystalline armor, emerged from the smoke. He spoke in his crackling voice, and this time I understood every word. "You carry her gift," he said. "You are not prey. You are the heir." Before I could respond, he raised his staff and fired. A beam of energy hit me square in the chest, and split into nothing. I felt it dissolve against my skin like mist. Something in me broke loose. The light inside me exploded outward, a wave that tore through the battlefield. Karthyn ships buckled. Drones disintegrated. Even the clouds parted, revealing a sky no longer covered in their warships. When it was over, silence fell. Every alien within miles had vanished. Only I remained, glowing, trembling, alive. The humans stared at me in awe. Some ran. Others knelt like they were seeing a god. I didn't feel like one. I felt empty. Weeks passed. The war ended. Not because humanity won, but because the Karthyn retreated. Entire fleets fled from Earth, broadcasting warnings across their systems. I intercepted one of their transmissions through the whispers in my head. They called me the Devourer of Stars. They said my blood carried the essence of their fallen queen, the scout who bit me. Apparently, her species didn't die in body. They passed their essence through a final act, a bite, into one who could carry their power. She had chosen me. And now, every alien who heard my name trembled. It's been 2 years since that night. I live in the ruins of what used to be Lake Michigan, now a shimmering crater of glass. Sometimes I see their ships in the distance, watching but never approaching. They know I could end them again if I wanted to. But I don't want to. Because I finally understand why she chose me. Not to destroy, but to balance. The Karthyn feared humanity for its chaos. We feared them for their control. I am both now and neither. A bridge between two worlds that can't coexist but can't survive apart either. The bite that changed everything didn't just make me feared. It made me the last hope of 2 dying species. It's been 2 years since that night. The night everything changed. Humanity rebuilt slowly, afraid not of invasion but of me. Some call me a savior. Others call me a curse. I live alone at the edge of what was once Lake Michigan, now a field of smooth alien glass that hums under the moonlight. Sometimes at dusk the sky ripples. Karthyn ships appear like ghosts, watching, never landing. They know I'm here. They know what I became. I can feel their fear through the pulse in my veins, that alien heartbeat that never lets me forget what I am. The whispers in my mind still speak their language. Softer now, mournful. They call me Ilaren, the chosen of the shattered queen. At first I thought she cursed me with this power. But over time I realized the truth. She gave me something, understanding. The Karthyn and humans were 2 extremes. Order and chaos, logic and passion. She saw in me a bridge, a chance to merge the 2 before both species destroyed themselves. That's why she bit me. That's why she gave her life. Now I stand between worlds. The humans no longer fight the Karthyn, and the Karthyn no longer strike from orbit. They fear me too much to act, and perhaps that fear is peace enough for now. When the wind blows across the glass plains, I sometimes see her reflection, the alien who bit me, the queen who chose compassion over conquest. I whisper to her memory, promising I'll keep her gift safe. Because the bite that changed everything didn't just make me powerful. It made me a guardian of 2 worlds that still don't understand how much they need each other. And as long as I breathe, I'll make sure neither forgets.